A look at 80s music from Orange County, California. Music that came from here and music that came to here. Join me, your host, Doug Crandall, every Thursday night at 9 o'clock p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Welcome to Behind the Orange Curtain. I'm your host, Doug Crandall. Tonight we're going to explore the world of ska. First, let's talk about Behind the Orange Curtain. It's a show that explores music that came from here, Orange County, to influence the rest of the world, and music that made it here from around the world to influence those of us who lived in Orange County in the 80s. So let's kick it off with a little bit of history. Ska originated in Jamaica in the late 1950s and was a precursor to rocksteady and reggae, and was further developed in the 60s by an artist by the name of Prince Buster. Ska is generally characterized by a walking bass line accented by rhythms on the offbeat. In the early 1960s, ska was the dominant music genre of Jamaica and was popular with the British mods. Later it became popular with many skinheads. Music historians typically divide the history of ska into three periods: the original Jamaican ska of the 1960s, the two-tone ska revival of the late 70s and early 80s in Britain, which fused Jamaican ska rhythms and melodies with faster tempos and harder edge punk rock, forming ska punk. And then, of course, third wave ska, which involved bands with a wide range of countries around the world and in the late 1980s and into the 90s. In tonight's show, we're going to be focused on the world of ska, and specifically we're going to be looking at two-tone and third wave ska from the bands that came out of the UK and the US and from around the world and into Orange County in the 1980s. It was not uncommon to see Vespas with riders donning hats, sunglasses, and trench coats around town. The ska movement hit Southern California hard as black and white checkerboard prints began to appear more and more on concert flyers at our local venues. And now, on with the show as we go one step beyond.
Hey, you! Don't watch that! Watch this! This is the heavy monster sound! The nuttiest sound around! So if you're coming off the street and you're beginning to feel the heat, well, listen, Buster, you better start to move your feet to the rockinest, rock-steady beat of madness! One step beyond!
Was Madness with One Step Beyond. Now, One Step Beyond is not a Madness original. It's a tune written by Jamaican ska singer Prince Buster, as we mentioned earlier. It was a B-side of his 1964 single, Al Capone. One Step Beyond was covered by Madness on their debut studio album in 1979. The spoken line, "Don't watch that, watch this," is the intro from another Prince Buster song called Scorcher. The next line, "This is the heavy, heavy monster sound," is taken from a Dave and Ansel Collins song, Monkey Spanner. Now let's listen to another hit song from Madness, which is yet again another cover song from Prince Buster. This is the song that gave Madness their name. This is Madness.
Madness, they call it madness. Madness, madness, they call it madness. It's plain to see that is what they mean to me. Madness, madness, I call it gladness. Madness, madness, they call it madness. Madness, madness, they call it madness. I'm about to explain it, that someone is losing their breath. Hey, madness, madness, I call it gladness. Yeah! Propaganda ministers, I've got a heaven Jew. I'm gonna walk all over you, 'cause madness, madness, they call it madness. Well, if this is madness, then I know I'm filled with gladness. It's gonna be rougher, it's gonna be tougher than and I won't be the one who's gonna suffer. Oh no, I won't be the one who's gonna suffer. You are gonna be the one, and you.
The next ska band we're going to pay homage to is the Specials, also known as the Special AKA. They're an English two-tone and ska revival band formed in 1977 in Coventry. Their music combines a danceable ska and rock-steady beat with punk's energy and attitude. Lyrically, they present a more focused and informed political and social stance. The band wore mod-style 1960s period rude boy outfits, pork pie hats, tonic and mohair, suits, and loafers. The first song I'm going to play for you is called A Message to You, Rudy. It is also a cover from a 1967 rocksteady song by Dandy Livingston, originally titled Rudy, A Message to You. The song later achieved broader success when the Specials cover reached number 10 on the UK singles chart. The recording was produced by none other than Mr. Elvis Costello. Here is A Message for You, Rudy.
Time you straighten right out, creating problems in town.
fooling around. Tie you straight and right out. Better think of your future, else you'll wind up in jail. Rudy, a message to you, Rudy. A message to you. Stop your messing around. Better think of your future. Tie you straight and right out. Creating problems in town. Rudy, a message to you, Rudy. A message to you, Rudy. Oh, it's a message to you, Rudy. Yeah, it's a message to you, Rudy.
In 1981, this recession-themed single, Ghost Town, hit number 1 in the UK. The song spent 3 weeks at number 1 and 10 weeks on the top 40 in UK. Addressing themes of urban decay, deindustrialization, unemployment, and violence in inner cities, the song is remembered for being a hit at the same time as the riots were occurring in British cities. Internal tensions within the band were also coming to a head when the single was being recorded, resulting in a song being the last single recorded by the original 7 members of the group before splitting up. The song is hailed by the contemporary UK music press as a major piece of popular social commentary, and all 3 of the major UK music magazines of the time awarded Ghost Town the accolade of Single of the Year for 1981. Here is Ghost Town by The Specials.
This town is coming like a ghost town. All the clubs are being closed down. This place is coming like a ghost town. Bands won't play no more. Too much fighting on the dance floor. yourself.
This place is coming like a ghost town.
No job to be found in this country.
Can't go on no more. The people getting hungry.
Next up, the band The Selector, a two-tone ska revival band also from Coventry, England, formed in mid-1979. The Selector featured a diverse lineup, both in terms of race and gender. The band's name is based on the term selector, which is a Jamaican word for disc jockey. The band were one of the most successful ska bands of the two-tone era, notching up several top 40 singles in the British charts. They are considered one of the founding acts of the movement. Here is Too Much Pressure from their debut album.
Pressure.
And now, here's their debut single, which reached number 8 on the UK singles chart, remaining on the chart for 9 weeks and led to the recording contract with the record label Chrysalis. This is On My Radio by The Selector. And now for one of my all-time favorite ska bands, The Beat. The Beat was led by frontman Dave Wakeling on vocals and guitar, and Rankin Roger on vocals, who we sadly lost last year to lung cancer. Along with Madness and the Specials setting the stage for my love for ska, the English Beat sealed the deal. Their first single was Tears of a Clown, a cover version of the Motown hit by Smokey Robinson and the Miracles. And here it is for you, Tears of a Clown by the English Beat.
Sad, oh sad,
beat received support from modern rock radio stations such as K-Rock FM in Los Angeles and had a sizable following in the US and Canada, where the band were known as the English Beat for legal reasons. To avoid confusion with the American band The Beat, here is Mirror in the Bathroom by the English Beat. The English Beat broke up in 1983. Dave Wakeling and Rankin Roger went on to form General Public and had a couple of singles in the US and Canada, including Tenderness. At the same time, Andy Cox and David Steele formed a band called the Fine Young Cannibals, with vocalist Roland Gift from the ska band The Acrylics. The Acrylics were a British ska band formed in the late 1970s and played through the early 1980s, where they had limited success. They released a double A-side single, Spider-Man and Smart Boy were the two songs featured on that single. Roland Gift was a tenor saxophone player who would later be the frontman of the Fine Young Cannibals, starting with Smart Boy and then on to Spider-Man. This is The Acrylics. We've spent a lot of time in the UK. Let's switch over to Los Angeles and see what's going on. In 1979, at a South Central Los Angeles, a band named Fishbone got started. Their first club date was at Madame Wong's, the influential venue in Los Angeles' Chinatown that had been a showcase for a variety of seminal punk bands in the 1980s. Their first release was the 1985 single, Party at Ground Zero. Fishbone's first major international tour was the opening act for the Beastie Boys on the 1987 License to Ill tour. Now let's go to that party at Ground Zero with Fishbone.
At Ground Zero, every move is starring you, and the world will turn to flowing pink paper stew. Listen up here, 'cause this one is here to stay. Let's have a good time, but sometimes it's far away. The toilet has flushed, and clean up circles, and doctors will be extinct. Space is out of ground, and I know what they've done. Signal just one, and I heard just a crawl. there's slush, and feelers are ghosts, and champions will be extinct. Spirits are cloud and come, then I know what they've done. Say there's just one planet Earth that's a cry. At ground zero, every move is starring you, and the world will turn to stone and pink pepper soup. Party at ground zero, every move is starring you, and the world will turn to stone and pink pepper soup. Wackadoo, wackadoo, wackadoo. Party at ground zero, every move is starring you, and the world will turn to stone and pink pepper soup. Party at ground zero, every move is starring you, and the world will turn to stone and pink pepper soup. Party at ground zero, every move is starring you, and the world will turn to stone and pink pepper soup. Party at ground zero, every move is starring you, and the world will turn to stone and pink pepper soup. Party at ground zero, every move is starring you, and the world will turn to stone and pink pepper soup.
Another LA ska band that emerged on the scene was the Untouchables, a soul/mod revival band from Silver Lake, Los Angeles, described by the lead singer as mods who play ska music. The Untouchables are credited with being America's first ska band. They formed in 1981 as a part of the embryonic LA mod revival after being inspired by the ska revival punk rock band The Box Boys. After a shaky start playing at parties, they were eventually booked for a stint as the house band at the Roxy Theater. Their second single, The General, became a minor local hit despite poor distribution. The band also appeared as a scooter gang in the movie Repo Man. California gave this group a unique following. Race neutral, mods, punks, surfers, and rockabilly fans could all share in a love for this band. There was a surf film, Beyond Blazing Boards, where 4 tracks were used off their Wild Child album. This is the title track, Wild Child, by the Untouchables. actually was fortunate enough to see these guys play at Saddleback College right here in Mission Viejo in a packed-out basketball gymnasium. Such a fun band to see live. And now, here's another one of my favorites, Free Yourself by the Untouchables. So now's the point in the show when we get to Crandall's Crucial Cut. Last week I played an early track from a local band that led into the band that they would eventually become. This week, I'm going to reverse it. I'll play a band that one of the founding members started in 1989, and then we'll play his original band that will lead us into next week's theme and genre. Here's a band that is personally one of my all-time favorites. They were an American rock band formed in San Francisco. Led by songwriters Andy Sturmer and Roger Manning, the group was known for their blend of 1970s classic rock and XTC-style power pop. Roger's brother Chris played the bass, and the guitar player was Jason Faulkner. It is Jason Faulkner that will lead us into Crandall's Crucial Cut and the theme for next week's episode. I recently saw Jason perform as Beck's lead guitarist on his last tour. But for now, here is The King is Half Undressed by the Jellyfish. So now let's go back in time with Jason Faulkner. The band is an American alternative rock group associated with the Los Angeles 1980s Paisley Underground scene. The lead singer is credited with coining the term Paisley Underground to describe a subset of the 1980s LA music scene, which included bands such as Dream Syndicate, Rain Parade, Green on Red, The Long Riders, The Plimsolls, The Bangles. I actually played this song at my senior talent show with my high school buddy Sean. I'm going to do something a little different this evening and let my friend Richard Blade introduce the next song from his show in the 80s called MV3.
Sorry.
The reason we're sorry, it's the name of the song from the 3 o'clock on MV3.
Just why? Sorry, think last night I take 7 with a gallon of blood. I just remember had a date with her. Sorry, I think last night. Just why? Sorry, I think last night.
So join us next week as I take you behind the orange curtain and we look at the Paisley Underground. So long and have a good night, and we'll see you next time on Behind the Orange Curtain. Behind the Orange Curtain, a look at 80s music from Orange County, California. Music that came from here and music that came to here.